Assalamu alaikum, Sayyidi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sayyidi, how does fasting make the body more strong? Weakness because of fasting is just illusion, a mind trick? How fasting brings the soul power? How this source of energy is much stronger?
Question? Or was that a statement? Anything we do in the way of Allah makes us stronger. So we've described before in Rajab there's a lentil diet. In our earlier days that was all the training, and that was essential before seclusions because you live to eat. Means that every aspect of our lives, you know it, you don't know it, they know it because they experience it. You live to get up and break your fast. That's why it's called break fast. And then you get excited, what am I going to have for breakfast today? And you have a routine, you get your coffee, you get your muffin, you sit down, you read your emails. Then you get excited what you're going to do for lunch and how you're going to have lunch, and then what you're going to do for dinner. Then you get angry if it's not that dinner, and why you made this kind of dinner, you have to do this dinner. So our whole life revolves around eating. And you don't see that until you participate in the Rajab diet where you eat only lentil. They make a nice lentil soup, you can't alter the formula, and you go 40 days on this lentil. 1 day is good, 5 days is good, 7 days is okay. Right? 10 days is like, I can't take this anymore. Shaykh, can I freeze these lentils? I'll make like a dessert from it. Can I make them cold so I can make like a salad from it? Because you don't know what to do with this. Your nafs wants to do something. Can I add sugar? Make it like a dessert lentil? So no, you can do nothing. You just eat the lentil until you realize now you're having a harder time to eat. You begin to actually eat less. Some people lose 20, 30 pounds on a lentil diet because they're realizing that the excitement of food is diminishing because it's the same food. So it's Allah's way of letting us understand that one, how much your nafs is involved in your eating and how much it's a distraction in your life. Because when they begin to do that and they have their awrads, their recitations, the etiquettes that they're supposed to recite, as soon as they enter into this lentil by 4th or 5th day, the importance of their food begins to diminish and the power of their zikrs are becoming stronger. Especially in seclusions, because that's the time of 40 days they isolate and Allah opens for them an ability to bring an energy. Most can't isolate and they can't, but they can begin to experience that when I sit and meditate, my meditation's stronger. I'm not hungry, I ate the lentils, I didn't want any more, but as soon as I start doing my Allah, 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 there's a lot more qudrah because that desire of that food has dropped and now I'm still under the nutrition of it, so I have a lot of energy from it, and they begin to experience their zikr, their powers of the zikr, the energies that's coming from their zikr. So they realize that Allah if you bring down the food, Allah increases the power of the soul. So in reality if Allah wants, He can make it so you don't even need to eat because the sustenance is coming from the soul. That what you eat doesn't give you power. Mawlana Shaykh would describe these people who say there's power and calories are power and there's energy in this food. He said, if that was true then put the food on the table and see if it moves. It doesn't. That's just something that your body needs because that's the conditioning we have now. But there are others whom they have conditioned, their energy has such an abundance on their soul of energy that actually their soul begins to feed the necessity of the body that they don't need much. They can eat very little bit of water and they go. That's Allah's karamat can put upon anyone. So when they begin to fast and they begin to do their practices, then they may have a lot of energy coming upon their soul. So then the practices are best that when you're eating, when you're breaking your fast and you're going to be in jama'ah for taraweeh or you're going to be meditating and doing your taraweeh, which is your qiyam al-layl, your nighttime vigil of praying 20 rakahs. When you do that and break your fast light, if you break your fast with a huge buffet you will lose the realization of the energy of Ramadan. The energy of Ramadan, it comes in qiyam al-layl. So they abstain all day, they break their fast in a moderate way and then they begin to do their nighttime prayers. When they're doing their nighttime prayers and meditation and connecting, that's the time Allah's sending energy, and you feel the energy most when the stomach is not so full. After you pray your taraweeh then you can eat your food until your suhoor time because the energy points were not missed. But those are the understandings of energy and what happens in Ramadan and how to catch that feeling. But people get a little bit too excited for iftar and they go all out and they don't feel the energy. So one way to feel the energy is eat lightly your iftar, have your coffee, your teas, and what is necessary, and then begin your Qiyam al-Layl. And then after the Qiyam al-Layl, then you can eat a bigger meal all the way to your suhoor, inshaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum.